Shalom, family. Um, Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Here we are at midweek. Seem like these weeks just flying by. Family, we're going to discuss a problem that is centuries and thousands of years old, which plague us to this very day. And it will continue to plague us until the return of Mashiach. And that's the subject of having anyone rule over us but the Most High. See, man has never, from the beginning, wanted the Most High to rule over them. They didn't want the Most High to be their king and their shepherd, and that's all nations. They either had a king or idols that they worship and things like that. But especially us, you know. And so we're just going to talk about that and see why this world is messed up as it is now. And it's because of man's rule, okay? Instead of being led by the Most High. We can just look at the things that happens, all these wars and poverty. You can't get justice in the courts, especially us. The government can tell you what to do with your own property that you bought and paid for. Say for instance, if you want to put up a fence around your front yard, you have to stay 11 feet back from the curb. Now, mind you, that area there beyond the curb is yours. That's your property. You bought it. But if you try to erect a fence not giving up 11 feet of your property, they'll take the fence down or won't allow you to put it up. But that's your property. Or they can force you to sell your property, which is called eminent domain. If they decide they want to put some project through there and you don't want to sell part of your property for what they want to buy it for, then they just institute that eminent domain and get it anyway, and probably offer you less then. It's just, everything's messed up because it's under man's rule. Even the prison system, they send you there under the guise of being rehabilitated, and everything takes place in there but rehabilitation. And after you serve your time and come out, you're still victimized by it. Your name is in a database, so when you go to try and get a job, that comes up. Nobody will hire you. Those are people that want to vote. I don't know why, but those people who want to vote, they can't vote if they have a criminal history. No one wants to hire you. So what happens? They release you on the premises, that you're going to be a good citizen, productive. But when you get out here, nobody's going to give you the chance. See, this is the system we live up under. You're still victimized your whole life, even though you served your time. See, look at the court system. You can be wrongfully accused of a crime, and Therefore, you have to hire a bail bondsman, spend thousands of dollars just to get out of jail. Then you have to hire an attorney, which is thousands of dollars. Then when you go to court and they find you not guilty on any charges, they're not going to reimburse you the money that you had to spend to hire an attorney and a bail bondsman. You're just out of that money. You know, if it was fair and justice, then once you found not guilty, then I feel like the state or the court should reimburse you every dime that you was out of if you were not guilty. I mean, you lose your job. See? Things like that. Or look what man has done to the environment. I mean, the air is messed up. You know, your food, water, the ground, you know, all of it's contaminated by man. And a lot of it's intentional. See? So this is what you get when you get a man, or shall we say a king. You know, they're called different things in different countries. You know, in our country it's the U.S. president. You know, and Britain's got prime ministers, and Germany has chancellors, and Iran or places like that got supreme leaders. But it's pretty much all the same. You got a man, you know, ruling the people. Pretty much got your fate in their hand. I mean, if they desire to go to war, then you have no say so. You know, when the bombs start dropping, I mean, you just collateral damage. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. You know, and most leaders are corrupt. I mean, even in Africa, you have a lot of those presidents over there who are sold out. You know, they take a large amount of money to allow another country to come in and take minerals from it, precious metal, because they got their pocket fat. See? But the people that they're over don't even have a job. They're starving. See? So it's never been a good idea. But the Most High allowed it. See? He allowed it because man has shown him time and time again, no matter what the Most High did for us, especially, that wasn't good enough. We still wanted to be like everybody else, and we wanted a man over, so the Most High gave it to us. Okay? So, let's get a good starting point here, family. So, go to 1 Samuel, chapter 8. And I'm just going to read all the way through it. Starting with verse 1. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second, Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment. Don't that sound like our leaders today? We've not had one good U.S. president. The only one who had any sense of morals, you know, was John Kennedy. And we know what happened to him. You don't go against the grain, family. Verse 5. And he said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But the thing displeased Samuel, when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And the Most High said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. See, the Most High said, okay, they not rejecting you, Samuel. They rejecting me. They don't want me reigning over them. See? Verse 8. According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me, and served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. He said, okay, let them have him, but you also tell them what these kings gonna do. And Samuel told all the words of the Most High unto the people that asked him for a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before the chariots. He will appoint him captains over thousands, and captains over 50s, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, and instruments of his chariots, basically homegrown slaves. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. He will take your fields, your vineyards, your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. See, we get our property, and people get their property taken right now. You know. Verse 15. And he would take the tenth of your seed and of your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants. And he would take your manservants and your maidservants and your goodliest young men and your asses, and put them to his work. He would take the tenth of your sheep, and you shall be his servants. And you shall cry out in that day because of your king, which you shall have chosen for you, and the Most High will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, nay, but we will have a king over us, that we may also be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us, and go out before us and fight our battles. And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of the Most High. And the Most High said to Samuel, hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye every man unto his city. See, there you go. And this world is pretty much run like that now. Family, you really don't own nothing. You know, you work 30 years, you pay off your home free and clear. You don't owe a dime. But they can take your home. All you have to do is quit paying taxes. Mind you, you paid a bunch of taxes during the course of buying that home. You know, in your house note. And then after it's paid for, you still got to pay taxes on property that's free and clear. You own it. See? That's what men do. That's what having kings over us do. Okay? And Israel, you know, had plenty of kings. And Judah. And all but a handful of them. You know, 7 or 8 was good or decent. The rest of them were terrible. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 29, verse 1 and 2. He that being often reproved hardens his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. See? That's what happens, family. When men that are wicked rule. The people just mourn. I mean, don't we, so to speak, mourn every day all these rules, regulations, and everything that just come up, seeming like out of nowhere. Seems like every day you wake up, it's a different rule, different law, different restriction. It's just terrible, family. See, there's no way you can convince these people that they're not more in power than the Most High. They actually think they are. That the Most High is helpless to stop them. But he's not. He's allowing them to do so. And for his own purpose. They don't know they're being used just like the Most High wants to use them. See? He's using them to fulfill his prophecy. But they think they running something. All right? They're not running nothing. At all. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2, verse 20 and 21. We see who's running stuff. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changed the times and the seasons. He removes kings and set up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. See, when these people come into power or authority or rulership or something, it's the Most High set them up. He's a king maker and a king breaker. See, you're actually working for him to fulfill his purpose. But these people think they're just actually all powerful, can't be stopped. Most High is helpless to do anything, and all the same time, they're only pieces on the Most High's chessboard. That's all they are. Most High is yanking their puppet strings whenever he get good and ready. John 17, verse 13 through 19. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they may have my joy fulfilled in them. And I have given them thy word, and the world hates them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but thou should keep them from evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through truth. See, this is why we don't try to conform to this world, man. I mean, as a people, we're instructed to obey the laws of the land, in this land of our captivity, except when they contradict the Most High's law. That's when you put your foot down. No, I will not do it. See, we're talking about, like the 3 Hebrew boys. They went along with the laws of that land, except for when they tried to get them to bow down and worship a statue of Nebuchadnezzar. Then they put their foot down. No, we're not going to do it. And they didn't. Okay. Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. See, this ain't the world system that we're looking for, family. This is not the governance that we seek. The only true rulership and governing is going to be from Mashiach when he returns. Okay, and rule for 1,000 years. And all these other nations and things like that, they're going to be taken down. They have to be. You know, most people wonder, well, why this got to happen and why the Most High got to destroy things. And in order for the new system come in, the old has to be destroyed. See, all these wicked kings and presidents and prime ministers, and they have to be shut down in order for us to have a righteous world. And they're going to be shut down. Revelation chapter 21, verse 1 through 8. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Elohim out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yah is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim. And Yahuwah shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he sat upon the throne and said, Behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his Elohim, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. See, all these things has to be put down. All the people, the wicked, they're going to be shut down. See, we're not going to have none of that stuff going on in the new earth. Okay. You know, if we just look at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 6 to 8, it tells us, you know, that what was going to happen to us. We're going to be captives and slaves and all this stuff. And it also said, no man shall be able to buy you. In other words, nobody's going to be able to pay and buy us out of what the Most High put us in. You know, we've had all kind of politicians, leaders, so-called leaders, to try it, to no avail. You know, we're not a whole lot better off now as we were back in the 1500s, fam. The Most High put us here for disobedience. Okay? And it'll be the Most High who come and get us out of it. It's not a man that can do anything to stop it. We've seen that over years, hundreds of years. It's just not going to happen. You know. Let's read Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31, 32. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not like the covenant which I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, my covenant which they broke, although I was a husband to them, declares the Most High. See? Out of all the things the Most High did, our people still wanted a king. See? The Most High said, I was a husband to him. But what does a husband do that loves his wife? He takes care of her. He protects her. Okay? He leads and guides her in righteousness. See, that's what a real husband do. And the Most High was that to Israel, to Judah. But they still wanted a king. In other words, they saying, the Elohim that created us, created all that exists, don't know how to run nothing. So we want a man. And he allowed them to have it. And it's been hell on earth since. For all nations that have a man that's over them. Especially this country. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 18 through 21 says, of the rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten the Most High that formed thee. See, we're unmindful of the Most High and forgotten the Elohim that created us, that formed us. But he don't know how to run nothing. Okay? Verse 19. And when the Most High saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. That's what happened. See, he provoked us to anger, with a foolish nation. Okay? Because we didn't want to obey. We thought that a man, a human being, flesh and blood man with sinful flesh like us, was able to rule better than the Most High. See, this is why we have all these offices, Well, we got Congress and, the House of Representatives. We got a president, a vice president. See? And they're incapable of ruling with justice. The only way that would happen if one of us were to be elected, and we know that ain't going to happen. That it would be someone in there who would rule righteously, those who really love the Most High and abide by his words are capable of ruling righteously. I mean, the scriptures tell us, we'll even judge angels, So those of us who strictly go by the Most High's word and obedient, we're capable of running something, family. But that ain't gonna happen. Not in this world. Okay? So, this is just how that started, family. And, you know, you see on the screen, you know, of all the kings that we had, and look at all of them that had bad by their name. See? It's just a handful who halfway done right. You know, great as David was. Look what he did. You know, he lusted after another man's wife. Actually committed murder by sending her husband to the front line so he could get killed. But he was counted as one of the great kings. Okay? So, no man that's born in this sinful flesh body is going to be perfect and can rule like the Most High would. So, you know, people waste their time, especially our people. Every time the midterms come around and it's time to go vote, and out here they go running to the poll. We've been here over 400 years, and nobody that you voted for done anything for you. None of them. Sure, during the campaign they'll lie. Oh yeah, we're going to do this for you folks. And we're going to do that. And soon as they get sworn in, that's it. They're not doing nothing for you, for us. You know, the scripture tells us, you know, we're in the world, but we're not of it. You know, come out of it. So we won't be partakers. Because whoever you vote for, whatever evil that person commits, that's on you. You voted them in. See? And look at David. He violated the Most High's law. He counted the people. He numbered the people, and he shouldn't have. Okay, that was David. But the people suffered behind what he did. Remember when he was talking to the Most High, he said, well, why are you punishing them? I'm the one did it. See? The mistakes and wickedness that man makes will fall on you if you participating in getting him elected. You know? The only one we gonna vote for and root for will be Mashiach when he comes to rule. Not man. Okay? So get that out your head. You know. Do what you can, you know, to make sure that you obey the laws of the land by their standards so you won't get thrown away in the prison. A lot of people get thrown away in there anyway for nothing. But until they try to get you to do something that you know is against what the Most High wants us to do, then, you know, you obey the law of the land. But when it contradicts the Most High, you know, that's where you step off and stand your ground. Say, no, I will not do that. Because the penalty you get from the Most High is far worse than what the penalty that man can issue out. See, man can only kill your body. Most High can destroy both, body and spirit. And, you know, so which one would you choose? Okay. You know, after man kill your body, that's it for him. There's nothing else he can do to you. He can't dictate where you're going to spend eternity. But the Most High can. Okay. That's where your fear should be. In violating his law. Okay. Not so much man. Okay, family, this video wasn't intended to be long. And I just wanted to remind us of why this world is so crazy. Why? Because over thousands of years, men have been running it. See, men thought they knew better how to run this than the Most High. So he allowed them to, for thousands of years. But it's coming to a close. See, it's getting real close to that 1,000-year reign of Mashiach. See, all that other stuff gonna get shut down. These kingdoms gonna be shut down. Remember, the Most High, he sets kings up and he takes them down at his own pleasure. Okay? So, let's remember who's in control, family. I know things that sometimes can look dark, but just focus. Who's in control, why he is allowing these things to happen. Because actually it's for your benefit. Okay? For him to reposition us as the head and not the tail. There will not be another nation or another people ever to rule us. Okay? We're going to be in charge. We're going to be the head honcho. Okay? And that's what this is working toward, family. Okay, I hope you got something out of this today, family. And as always, I'll talk to you on the next one. Shalom.